Morning. Welcome to another episode of That Tenerife Vlogcast. It's me, Rick. It's December the 17th and it's 10 o'clock in the morning. And I didn't think, to be honest with you, I'd be doing another one of these type of vlogs again, but unfortunately it's happening. As of 12 o'clock this evening, which is the 17th of December 2021, Tenerife moves back up into level 3, which is really quite sad to hear, to be honest with you. The reason I decided to do this vlog was because what I wanted to do was see how it'll actually affect you, the holiday maker. There was a great vlog that I saw the other week from one of the entertainers on the island, and that's Michael Levy Jr., who's a friend of ours. And he said somebody came up to him and just said it's nice to see that Tenerife got back to normal. And Michael Levy Jr. did a great vlog on that about, well, has Tenerife really gone back to normal or not? And, you know, to be honest with you, we're far from going back to normal. We're far from that at this moment in time. And moving on to level 3 proves actually he's right, that is actually the case, that we've still got a long way to go before we get back to any sense of normality. I don't want to, it's not a doom and gloom one. That's the thing about this vlog. It's definitely not a doom and gloom one, because there's a couple of people, there's people on the island that, you know, when you get given news like this, that level 3 obviously is going up in the wrong direction. There could be a lot of doom and gloom. Christmas is just around the corner. What does it mean, etc. It can be really quite difficult for people on the island and people like yourselves back in the UK or back at home who are thinking of travelling over here, saying, well, do we go or do we not? What actually is it? So what I was going to do was just give you a little bit of information of what's going on. Excuse me, the battery's running out of my phone. The latest information as of today was from, for me, was from the Canarian Weekly, which is a fantastic source of information for you to keep up to date with what's going on here in Tenerife. The headline 2 hours ago: Tenerife, Gran Canaria and Fuerteventura, all at level 3. Live entertainment can take place, but with regulations in place. Now that's really what it comes down to, really, because that's what affects ourselves and affects Shelley's job, is what it is to do with the entertainment. You know, if you come over on holiday, can you actually experience having a holiday? Or is it more a question of like you're living with these rules and regulations? So what I thought I'd do is just try and clarify a couple of things for you. We're all fully aware of the testing, we're all fully aware of the masks, etc. If you are coming over to Tenerife and you want to go out for an evening, the maximum number of people allowed to meet in a group in a public, private, at home, or sit together in a bar or restaurant is 6, excluding cohabitants. That's the first one. The closure of premises is set at 2 o'clock in the morning. So all premises will be closed at 2 a.m. That literally means that the clients have to be off the terraces by 2 a.m. in the morning. Yes, the terraces are still open. Yes, the bars are open, but they are working to a restricted capacity. Best thing to do is, if you've got a favourite bar, is get yourself reserved. Just go and book it. Go and get yourself booked in advance. A lot of them have got the Facebook pages over here in Tenerife. Just to give you a bit of a heads up, Facebook is very, very big in Tenerife. So a lot of the news goes out on Facebook as well. It says the closure of premises is set at 2 a.m. and the capacity is reduced to 50% outdoors and 33% indoors, except in hospitality, where they can use 75% outdoors and 40% indoors. This means that, for example, hospitality has a bigger capacity than shops or commercial centres. So if you were going to go to the bars and you want to sit outside, you're actually working on a 75% terrace capacity, which is still quite a lot. The hardship is actually for the owners of the bars themselves, because they're going to work on 75% and 40%, so they can't maximise their capacity. The interesting one, was the one that was interesting for Shelley, is actually live performances by singers and bands and orchestras. They're only allowed inside if they take place within a designated performance space or stage with 2 meters between performers and at least 2 meters to the closest audience members. So yes, there's going to be entertainment. Yes, there can be live singers. This is how I take it, but they've got to be doing it inside. Now, if they can stand, most of the doors these days and the bars are massively open doors. Now, I know Shelley works at one of the bars, which is Hoppy's, where she actually sings inside for everybody outside because she stood at the doorway, so she's inside. Last time what happened was where they put a 2 meter box around her with tape on the floor, and therefore she was always 2 meters away from everybody. So I expect most probably that to go back to it again. It's going to go back to that again. If you're seriously considering yourself coming over just for Christmas or coming over just for after the new year, don't be too disheartened. That's what I'm trying to say. It's actually, for a holidaymaker, Tenerife is not what it was, but it's nowhere near broken. and that's the most important thing. The residents who live on the island, and the workers, the bar owners, they are handling these rules to the best of their ability every single day, and they're still trying to maximise the opportunity for the holidaymakers to have a fantastic time, because it's their livelihoods. And I think if you come over, the biggest thing that you'll receive more than anything else is warm welcomes. 100% you'll get the warm welcomes from the people here. Public transport remains at 100% capacity, so the public transport's fine. So safety things are in place, safety protocols are in place, and it seems that people are following those safety protocols as well. On the flip side, there's some great news also that's hit Tenerife with regards to holidaymakers coming over. Tenerife and Gran Canaria are among the new British Airways low-cost routes, which is fantastic. They've been announced by British Airways for their low-cost flights, which will begin in March 2022, with the tickets already on sale. Tourism is still alive in Tenerife, and people over here in Tenerife, the holidaymakers, when I chat with them, they tend to say that they actually feel safer over here than they do sometimes back in the UK. I can't vouch on that. I've not been back to the UK for a while now. The thing about Tenerife is it's quite a resilient place. That's what I've found, and it feels quite a safe place to be at this moment in time. The beaches are obviously going to get, their capacity is going to get chopped as well, which is down to 50% capacity on the beaches. But there's not that many people over here, so you won't really affect it. If anything, it'll feel like, as a holidaymaker, it'll feel that you come over on holiday and you have room to move around. Of course, you'll have to have the masks. Of course, you'll have to abide by the rules of when you're walking onto the terraces, you wear the masks, and when you sit down, you take the masks off, etc. One of the things that we were talking about before was Tenerife going back to the new normal. Those of you that know my background is actually in sales, and that position is completely and utterly redundant at this moment in time. So what we do is we do need to live, we do need to survive. Of course, Shelley's a singer, but I also need to be able to live and survive. So I've gone and got myself a job over Christmas. I got myself a job in a bar, as some of you are aware of as well. And I was working the bar last night, and you'll find people are still enjoying themselves. People are still coming in, people still sit down, have a drink, wear the mask as they come onto the terrace. But the moment they sit down, it's the mask can come off and they can actually enjoy the rest of the night. There's no dancing, but we still play music, there's still entertainment on, and it still has a nice feel about the place. You're still out in the warmth and in the sunshine. It's a beautiful day today. So in that essence, it's not all doom and gloom. So what is it I'm really trying to say to people? For me, I think Tenerife, yes, it's gone back up to level 3. We know that. Yes, the cases are rising. We know that. I'm double jabbed. Do I feel any different? Not really. Do I feel that the island is going backwards with regards to trying to fight this pandemic? No, personally, on a personal level, no. It's all based on hospital wards. It's based on hospital beds. It's based on capacity, because they're trying to protect, like as they do in the UK, trying to protect the NHS. They're trying to protect our health system over here. So as a holidaymaker, if you've got your holiday booked, me personally, I'd still recommend that you come. I think that's the short and tall of it. I recommend that you should come over and enjoy your holiday over here. I think the people of the island will be extremely grateful. I think you'll receive a welcome that is as warm as I don't think you've ever received before, because on the island, people understand that the tourist industry is the heartbeat of this island. So anybody who wants to come over and enjoy what this island has to offer will be welcomed with open arms. I think that's pretty much it from myself. There's not really much more to say. If you've got any questions, just leave them in the comments below, and if I can answer them, I'll certainly have a go and have a try and see if I can find the answers for you. But thank you very much for taking your time to watch this. And if I don't see you before then, have a fantastic Christmas, and I look forward to seeing you on the next one.